Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me here at the Women Deliver 2016 conference in Copenhagen. I'm Ridi Tlhabi. Women from across the world have gathered here to explore the solutions to the most difficult challenges facing girls and women. Now, gestational diabetes, often triggered by an unhealthy diet and a lack of exercise, is on the increase in many parts of the world. Today in the studio, I'm joined by a leading obstetrician and specialist in high-risk pregnancies from Bangalore, India, Dr. Hema Devaka. Thank you very much for joining
Namaskar, I
us.
bring you greetings from India.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's talk about India and gestational diabetes. Is it on the rise in India, and why?
It's pretty much on the rise because we rank the second highest in the type 2 diabetes, only next to China. China has 100 million type 2 diabetics, whereas India has very close there, it's 70 million in terms of numbers. Out of which the pregnancy diabetes, which is primarily our concern as the clinicians, we have 5 million women with diabetes in pregnancy every single year in India, out of the 30 million women who get pregnant. So the incidence is way too high, 1 in every 4, 1 in every 5 women with gestational diabetes. So it's like a tsunami, it's just striking us on our face. And
What's the picture globally, though?
globally, the highest incidence is in the South Asian countries and in Africa perhaps, where numbers are not really known, but everywhere else in the world also this is scaling up, slowly, steadily rising to be a major problem.
Diabetes is a paradox, is a disease with so many paradoxes. And what do I mean by that? It's described as a lifestyle issue, and yet it affects the poor the most. Does it raise questions about the affordability of healthy food?
It's, the main focus, what we are concerned about is the pregnancy diabetes, which actually programs her baby in the womb for disease process, which is imprinted or programmed within the pregnancy stage itself. So when this child grows up in an unhealthy environment in the mother's womb itself, that is with a hyperglycemia or increased blood sugar in pregnancy, this child is more prone to childhood obesity, even though the lifestyle may be somewhat appropriate, or if it's not instructed, the lifestyle may be haywire, and early adulthood diabetes. So as Mahatma Gandhi said, what we do in the present will determine our future. So what we do with the pregnant women in the country and all over the world at the present moment, that is tapping and mapping every single pregnancy in diabetes and helping them to maintain a normal blood sugar, so that each of these babies is programmed in a normal environment, so that when they grow up with the due investments on awareness, on healthy lifestyle, and bringing in the discipline which you just mentioned in the opening remark, that the food and the exercise pattern, that would set the stage for a healthy generation next.
Let's talk about awareness, because I cannot imagine that there is a mother anywhere in the world who doesn't want the best for her child. We all want healthy children. We want them to thrive. And when they have the information, I'm sure they can make better choices. Tell us about your awareness campaigns.
We feel that it's the right for every woman to know that there is a problem that her baby could have if her sugars are way too high. So for this, every single pregnant woman needs to be tested, and that's what we call the universal testing. Okay, that's also something which we are grappling with, because there are millions of pregnant women out there who need this testing, and we need to build the capacity of the healthcare providers to offer this testing to her. And we have found that the best compliance, or she listens to us the best when she is pregnant, because as you said, she will do anything for the sake of her baby. So if we ask her to maintain a diet schedule, if we ask her to monitor her sugars, if we ask her to walk after every meal, that's a part and parcel of her exercise, she'll do it perfectly well. But the problem also is that once the delivery process is over, once the women deliver, after that, long term, she is prone to type 2 diabetes. So if she goes back into her original lifestyle, which may be sedentary, which may be the wrong kind of food.
High sugar.
Yes. Yeah. So within 2 to 5 years after her delivery, she will herself become a type 2 diabetic. So in pregnancy, if she's tested and if she's told, if we make her aware, then it is going to play a very, very major role in her life and in the life of a child as well. So the campaigns are, mainly to increase the awareness to generate a demand, even if the health systems at the moment cannot cater to testing every woman. If the women demand that they could be potentially a case of high blood sugar, so they need to be tested. So,
Sure.
then the health systems will play up to it, and that's the gap which we want to bridge in.
As part of your awareness and education campaign, I understand that you pioneered the India Gestational Diabetes Day. Tell us about it. What happens on that day?
Everything on the campaign mode, it's like the Father's Day, the Mother's Day. If something is made special, at least there is an orientation and sensitization about a problem on a day. So it's our chance to make big noise about it,
Right.
so to be heard and to make everybody aware, to start thinking about, could this affect them and their child or their daughters or the generation next. So the diabetes campaign in India, March 10th, was declared as the Gestational Diabetes Day. It's the first time ever in the nation because, until now we've been worrying about the mothers who die while giving birth, and now we've shifted our focus to what we call the NCDs, or non-communicable diseases, out of which diabetes ranks really, really on top. So it is a silent disease because the women may not have any problems. So unless she knows about it and she asks for the test, or the tests are being done, then there's no further. And then prevention is better than cure, that we
Always.
yeah, but that still holds as a golden saying. And to prevent it in even before she gets pregnant. So that is the whole impact of the awareness. So they are asking for it, and they know the importance of the tests and the correct lifestyle. So even before she gets pregnant, if she sets herself right, and when she embarks on a pregnancy, she gets the right kind of surveillance and the tests done, then her child is, again, as I mentioned, programmed in a normal sugar environment. Then it ensures a good health for her and for offspring. So we are looking at this as a lifestyle or a life cycle or a life circle pattern, affecting not only the present generation but also the future. So we need to build in the awareness for the mothers to be as well. So the
Right.
adolescents, the girls of today, we can reach them easily by the digital world. So we are making some animations with the Bollywood songs, for example. So it gives them a good lesson about
Very
really what
innovative.
they should be eating and how they should be exercising. And so the discipline will not come just overnight in pregnancy. It has to be built into their lifestyle right from childhood. So that's the vision for the future.
Well, I can see that you're very passionate about this, saving lives while educating the nation as well. Thank you so very much, Dr. Hema, for speaking to us today.
Thank you. My pleasure too.
And thank you for joining us here at Women Deliver 2016. Please stay tuned for more great programs. You can tweet your questions and comments using hashtag WDLive, and also our Twitter handle is Women Deliver. Find us throughout the day right here on this channel.